The Chauncey Hayden Show is sponsored by Hover.com. Domain names made simple. Go to gfq.hover.com and get 10% off your entire purchase. And by Stitcher Radio. Listen on the go via the Stitcher mobile app. For more information, go to stitcher.com/GFQ. Location provided by Sapphire New York. Visit them at nysapphire.com.
You think you have me all down, you think me, I will always be one step ahead.
Don't hurt me, for real. Ah! Ah! Look at her teeth! No, she has fangs! I'm not even kidding! Ah! 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 Oh God! Oh God! Oh my God! Are you insane? Hey everybody, welcome to the Chauncey Hayden Show, broadcasting live from the Sapphire Gentlemen's Club in New York City, the world's greatest gentlemen's club. Of course, you can watch the show on gfqlive.tv and metropolisnights.com. And tonight is a huge show because we have two big tabloid celebrities on the show. We have the Octomom, Nadja Solman. Everybody knows with all those kids. I don't know how many.
She had like 8 Octomom.
Yeah, and she has a bunch of other kids too, besides
really?
the 8 that came out of her belly.
How does that even happen? How fast do your swimmers have to be to freaking get?
Because the swimmers were injected into her womb.
Oh,
and normally when they do it, they fertilize one egg, but this time they fertilized all her eggs. And
can you sue for that?
She wasn't happy with it, but it's a whole long crazy story. She's in the house tonight. There's lots of media here. Everybody wants to find out what's going on in her life. Supposedly she lost her house out in Los Angeles. They repossessed it. She has a porn video out. So all this is going on with Octomom. Wow. But that's just half the show. The other half is we have Renee Graziano from Mob Wives, which is another big show. It's 2 shows in one. It's like 2 shows for the price of one. Of course, everybody likes Mob Wives. It's a huge show. This is one.
Get Drita.
No matter what Mob Wife we have on, it's never the right one for you. You always have a problem with the Mob Wife.
No, but I like Renee too.
Renee is the one Mob Wife that scares me more than all the others.
Really?
Yeah, because her father is probably the most dangerous. And her family, you know who her family is? Do you know who she's connected to?
No, I don't remember.
It's the Bonanno crime family. They're like the biggest of the crime families.
Oh,
like
really?
they're like, don't fuck with us, crime family.
Okay, so
she's like,
hopefully she likes us.
She's up here, like she's top of the food chain. Her father runs that crime family, and he's in prison now because her ex-husband ratted him out and put him back in jail.
Oh, yeah,
so now she doesn't talk to her ex-husband. And then her son just got arrested. Supposedly.
Really?
Yeah, her son just got arrested. So there's so much going on with all these people we have on the show tonight. And like I said, there's so much press. But there's so many distractions too because it's so hot in this room. This room is so... You're Colombian. This is probably nothing to you. But for
it's
people...
It's not that hot in Colombia. Actually, I always have like weather.com because you know when I'm doing like the stuff for 46 Lounge. Right. So I have like a little login at weather.com. And I have like Colombia. And I have Totowa, because that's where 46
But the humidity, right?
And it's not even nearly as hot.
Really?
No, it's not even, because I'm from Medellin, it's not really humid there.
Because in the office at work, you sit there in sweltering heat.
Not anymore.
And you don't put the air conditioning on.
No, not anymore.
And I assume it's because you're like, that's your environment. That's the environment you need to be in. Like, you need to be in extreme humidity and heat to survive.
Don't.
Look,
You're such a weirdo. No, I don't. It's just, I don't know.
Are you serious? Yeah, but of course you're comfortable. You could probably wear a ski hat and gloves in that kind of environment.
No, I can't.
You're one of those.
No, it's just that sometimes I get really cold with the AC, like
because you're South American. This is normal for you.
Well, today we had the AC on for
Did
sure.
you? Well,
it was really hot
it's unbearable for me. So I'm suffering with that. Hendrik, who owns the magazines here, I just had some sort of fishy oyster dinner.
Yeah, now we're all just simmering in the smell.
I'm so nauseous, and the smell of rotting fish in this humid room is so god awful that I'm woozy. What was that you had?
Sauteed vegetables.
That was sauteed vegetables? Oh my God, it's like I'm woozy. Like the aroma, I'm hallucinating. I'm like seeing like.
I think my hair smells.
I'm seeing pink. Yeah, my body smells like roasting vegetables. There's just so many things that goes on behind the scenes. You can't believe it. But that said, the guests are here. Mm-hmm. The press is here.
Let's do it.
So, I don't know, Andrew. Do you feel comfortable? Are we organized? You look pretty calm.
I'm fine.
I mean, you're unusually quiet, which scares me, but do you feel confident
Yeah.
that we can do this?
Listen, doesn't matter.
Are you excited about the guests? Because I don't think you even care.
I'm so numb right now.
Why are you numb? What's wrong? Something's
a
wrong.
handful of Percocets, just so.
You're,
Oh yeah, like on
Really?
the fridge. Yeah, just put them right in.
I'm concerned.
that's
I'm
cool.
concerned with you, actually.
Why? You think I'm having a breakdown?
No, I think you need intervention.
Yeah, you look
For drug
really
abuse?
now that I'm looking at you, you do
You-
look really relaxed.
I
Like
think-
his eyes are kind of just like I'm just.
You're gonna.
chilling.
I think one day we're gonna lose you. I'm worried we're gonna lose you one
Aw.
I called OG Kush and I got some good stuff.
day. Does it even? Do the Percocets work at this point, or do you need them to
I'm not high on
maintain?
Percocet. I'm fine. I'm okay.
Really?
I'm numb to all of this by now.
Really?
It doesn't matter.
I don't have to worry about you.
No, I'm okay.
You're fine.
I may end up in a hospital one day, and you may get the call on a Saturday morning from me. But other than that, everything else is fine.
Like you got from me. That's what
Yeah.
you're saying.
Greatest phone call ever.
The greatest phone call.
6 o'clock, 7:45 in the morning. I'm in the psych ward. I'm in the rubber room, but my cell phone is here. I'm like, how do you have a phone? He goes, I have it plugged in. I'm charging the phone.
Yeah, they
I'm like,
figured.
why?
They figured
He
I
goes, I told
couldn't.
the
I
nurse.
could. The one thing they thought I wouldn't do is hang myself up my cell phone cord.
What?
Oh, it's a long story.
Why
He
would
lost
they
his
even-
mind.
it,
ended up being
involves
taken away.
suicide and all kinds of crazy stuff. Anyway, so listen.
Oh, okay. Just when you think you know somebody.
Burp. All right, let's do this. This is going to be big. Let's take a break. Let's bring Renee, okay, into the studio.
Yeah, let's do
and
it.
let's not piss her off. Let's try and do this without pissing her off.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
you don't piss her off because I never piss anybody off.
All right, we'll be back right after
All right.
this. We're back. You're watching the Chaunce Hayden Show, broadcast live on the GFQLive.tv network. You can watch it live right now and see Renee Graziano from Mob Wives,
Yes.
VH1.
How are you?
One of the biggest reality shows on TV.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Thank you.
It's to have you in the studio. It's like a big deal. You're a huge star. Did you ever know? Did you think for a second before the show aired that the show and you would become so big?
I knew the show would because I think anything that includes the word mob is a big success on screen. You know,
People are
whatever.
fascinated with the
Very,
mob.
very fascinated. As far as me, I've been dancing on tables since I'm 3, so I knew I was going places.
What does that even mean?
That means I knew I was going. I knew that God put me here for a reason, and if it was to do reality TV or whatever, I knew I'd shine bright.
You know what I think makes the show so compelling is that it really is real. There's so many reality shows today where it's contrived, you know,
Correct.
it's rehearsed. If you do your homework and read about the cast of Mob Wives, there's no kidding around. Like it's not make believe, it's the real deal. Sitting here, do you know when you came into the room, I get a chill through my body?
No,
I get a chill.
A chill
How
of
could I not?
excitement, not of being.
I don't know what the chill is. It
it's
might be excitement.
excitement.
It could be a little bit of excitement, and it could be a little bit of fear.
No fear, no fear.
Because, we don't know yet. It's early in the interview.
Oh, you are correct, and I am drinking
Right,
Johnny
and you
Walker
are
Black,
drinking-
So
Which, by the way, we were talking during the commercial. How do you ever acquire a taste for whiskey? Because I've tried and I can't do it.
I don't know. I went from tequila to scotch.
Tequila, I can drink.
I don't know. I like Johnny Walker Black.
Does your personality change when you drink?
Most definitely.
How many sips before you get crazy?
You know how many blacks on the rock? I'm going to say about 6. I could drink about 6.
You can have 6
them.
of those.
Then you'll see a change. Tequila, probably after like 4, you'll see I'm loose. I shouldn't say loose. 1 second. Take that back. I'm living life when I'm on my fourth one.
That's amazing. 6 of those. I can never do that. Never. I think I have a drinking problem, but yet I must not because I couldn't come close to that. One of those would put me on the floor.
No, not really. You'd be surprised.
Really?
You'd be surprised.
By the time you're done with
No.
it.
I drink black, and I drink black and water. I don't
Really?
because straight scotch is a little.
You got to
rough.
mix it with water.
Well, I do. I like it with water.
So, all right. So let's talk about who you are first of all.
Who am I?
You
tell me.
Your family history is beyond fascinating. I mean, you could do a show just on you, just on your family.
You heard that, Jennifer? You heard that, Jennifer? Good.
You could. Your grandfather, your father.
No. No.
Wait,
You're talking about Ramona. That's definitely not me. Ramona.
Lefty. Well, it was Lefty. That was Ramona.
Lefty is my father's
Right.
dear friend. My father was the only one in my family that is accused of being part of the mafia.
Right.
And then my ex-husband was a part of it until he decided to cooperate.
And who you don't talk to anymore.
No.
And that was all played out on TV. It was played out in the news.
Yes, it's still going on actually because my father has not been sentenced yet. So we're still dealing with it publicly, which, and I've said it before, I don't mind dealing with it publicly because a lot of people did have something to say about the show. Oh, it's make-believe. No, you couldn't make this up.
No.
Sometimes I wish it wasn't really real.
Because when the cameras are off, it's still going on. At Sunday night, when the show's over, it's not over for you.
Never.
It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Correct.
Do you ever regret doing it? Did being on the show with the cameras on you up the ante? Did it make things worse, or does it take the sting out? How does it affect your personal life?
It actually, my personal life is screwed. I mean, I don't really have much of a personal life. I don't date. I'm very to myself that way, and that has to do with my lifestyle.
Who would date you?
That's the problem. Who would date me?
You'd have to be crazy.
No, you'd have to be a really secure man, and dating me is actually a really great thing, believe it or not.
But what if we're dating,
Yes.
you and I,
Yes.
and I piss you off? What if you walk by my computer and there's a text message from some
It's
girl
not
I
gonna be
used
a
to
text
know?
message.
Okay.
Computer.
I'm going to just stop you short right there.
Right.
It wouldn't matter if you were dating a wise guy's daughter or a woman.
Right.
If there's something wrong, that you're doing something wrong, a woman she could respond any way she wants.
She can hit you in the head with a frying pan, but with you is a death sentence.
No. The only way I think a
Yes.
man deserves to catch a beating from anybody
Right.
in someone's family, or maybe even worse, is if he raises his hands.
Right.
So, I'm actually the most loving woman in the world. I'm a wife. I love to cook. I love to clean. I love to take care of my family, and I expect the man that I'm with to be on the same level I'm on.
Would you date a non-Italian? Would you date someone, say, as pale as me?
I date men.
So you would go out with me?
I date men. If you're a man,
Right.
a man of your word, you go to work, you do the right thing, you support your family,
Right.
then yeah, why not?
And what if we're having dinner and we're trying to talk about your day? Does it get awkward if I say, so, I saw your dad on TV tonight. He seems to be doing well in prison. Like, what is it off limits? Are you not allowed to talk about that?
I talk about my dad. My father's my father. It doesn't matter that he's in jail.
It's not an
My
awkward
father's
conversation?
No, why? Because my father's in jail? I believe there are like 6 million people in America that are in jail. And probably 75% of them are men. So it's not just my father that's in jail.
But it's a weird different kind of jail. Like,
What kind of jail is
it's
it?
it's such a we're so, when you look back at all the mafia heroes, from Al Capone going back to Gotti, to all the people that we kind of put on a pedestal and idolize.
Yeah, I don't refer to them as heroes.
But didn't we glamorize them?
a little
did.
too much. A little too much.
But you would know more than most people. Do you think it's different in New York and the tri-state area than it is everywhere else in the country? Like,
Well-
do you think we perceive the mafia in a different way?
What my sister's second show, the sister show to ours, is Chicago Mob Wives. And I will say that Chicago Mob Wives are different than we are, for the simple reason the Chicago mob is very serious. It's very involved in their government, in their police departments, in their court systems. New York mob is more Hollywood mob. Like, there is a difference between all the mobs. Like, I would be more afraid of a Chicago gangster than I would of a New York gangster.
Because
For
it's
some
different. I mean,
reason, that might
I'm from
sound strange.
Queens, so growing up, you always know someone that knows someone, and it's different. Like, the perception is totally different.
Well,
of what it
Jersey's
is.
big on it. Fort Lee, New Jersey was the hub in the 60s. I mean, right? I don't have to tell you. Right?
Nope, I'm not saying it. I don't know nothing.
Your dad wasn't a big fan of the show, right? Like, he
Not
didn't,
at all.
he
No,
didn't
he
want you
wasn't.
to do it.
He wasn't a fan of me airing my laundry out. My father's very secure with the man that he is.
Right.
It's got nothing to do with him. It has to do with, there is a certain level of respect, and And in this lifestyle, you're supposed to respect it. I look at it as, those men don't pay my bills. They do nothing for me. I've gotten nothing but grief from my lifestyle. And this includes my dad, but my dad always took care of me. Always, always. Loved me, always took care of me. I just felt that it was time for me to be Renee. Not Anthony's daughter, not Junior's ex-wife, not AJ's mom, just Renee.
It's hard to escape that, right? It's very hard to escape that.
I've been in therapy for many, many years. I've battled addiction. I've been through a lot.
I can imagine the issues that go along with it. At what point in your life do you come to understand who you are? Or even better put, who your father is? Is there a moment that you can tell me where you said, wow?
Now. This.
What, I just told you?
No. Now, meaning the present time.
Right.
Like these last few months for me have been very eye-opening. I like me.
That's amazing.
I like me. I don't care what anybody says. I like me.
But Renee, as a little girl, you didn't know?
No.
I can't even imagine that kids didn't,
Yes, they
your
did.
friends, they told you things and you didn't believe it.
It's funny, I was having this conversation a little earlier, and there were these girls that used to always pick on me. I wasn't very pretty when I was young. And their fathers, which I didn't get into this, their fathers were involved in the same lifestyle. Okay. And they glued an article to my desk. I believe I was in 4th grade about my dad when he got arrested. And I looked at it like I didn't understand that. I never asked questions. Right. And then, you hear things. I knew I was a different child, a different household because of the way we vacationed, but I just thought we were rich. Like I thought that, that's what it was. Then I was in a nightclub, and this guy, this gentleman had said, "This is Anthony's daughter," and the guy turned around and goes, "Oh yeah, your father's a captain." I'm like, my father doesn't drive a boat. He don't sail a ship. Like, are you serious? I went home, I was like, Dad, I thought you owned a trucking company. I mean, I was serious, man. And even at the trucking company,
do you confront him? Is there a moment you confront your father and say, why, why do you do this? Why didn't I know about this? You never had that conversation with him?
It's not my business. It's not my business what he does when he leaves that house. It's not my business.
That's amazing to me.
It's no woman's business, or is it any man's business? When you go out of the house and you go to work, period. End the conversation.
You know what I find fascinating too? And Ramona says this too, and you say the same thing. She would say, the lifestyle, it's always referred to, you don't use the other word.
What's the other word?
Don't make me do it, please.
No, do it. Because if you
have
say...
you been frisked? No, the M word. The M word.
What, mafia?
Oh, I can't believe you said that.
Oh, no. I do not deny the fact that I've been a mafia princess all my life.
Okay, so it's okay to say that word.
For me, it is. It fits me.
Right.
Those girls that don't fit.
It's almost like the N word. You know what I mean? Like you almost.
No, there's a big difference.
I don't like using that word.
I don't use the N word. But if you were to say, "Oh, you're a mob daughter," I'd be like, "Yeah, and what?"
You know what I was told, and tell me if you agree. People who say they're in the mob are never in the mob. The ones who are in the mob, you never know. They never say a word. They don't even want to be associated. The ones to be afraid of are the ones that never even connect themselves to it.
Those are like the women, silent but deadly.
Right.
Always be afraid of that quiet person. See, Megan, you think she's just PR, right? I got you believing right now. She might be a hit squad. You don't really know that.
I don't know. That's why I'm so afraid.
You don't really know that.
I don't know. Okay, let's talk. You said it, the hit squad. If you wanted to, I'm not saying you do or
I don't believe
would,
in violence.
But if you wanted to, could you? Not that you would, but if you really didn't like someone, if I knew you and I didn't like someone, and I said, Renee, what would it take to get? If I want somebody to disappear, would you have the ability to make that happen for me if I wanted that to happen? And
I could do it. I could personally do it if I wanted to. If I didn't really like a person,
you could take care of it yourself.
No, I would never do anything bad to a person. That's mean.
But
if this was a movie,
right,
and my part was to make a person disappear.
If it was a movie.
I learned a lot of magic tricks growing up.
That's what's so scary. And you know what I can't believe still walking the streets? David Hinckley of the Daily News.
Who?
David Hinckley, the TV reporter.
Who?
Yeah, right. You can't believe he's around either.
Listen, you know what?
You know what he said about your show?
Oh, tell me.
He said...
You weren't trying to get somebody whacked?
He said, what did he say? He said it's God, it was something awful. No, I'll tell you what he said.
It was something awful.
He said he called it a loud, foul-mouthed drama.
Is he talking about me?
No, he's talking about the show in general. He thought
No,
the show...
I'm loud. I can be foul-mouthed.
He said it's a show not worth watching.
Okay.
So he had all these negative things to say.
But he was wrong. I mean,
but he was wrong.
How many of those came out right before the show? And the second the show
He
came
didn't-
out,
right.
it was the biggest show in the country, and everybody loved the show.
Right.
I think his you know what? There are times I watch the show and I get very upset and agitated at our behavior, and I'm like, ugh, and I'll change the channel. There are times that I do. And there's times that I look at it and I'm like, wow, these women are really going through it. So everyone is entitled to their own opinion. It doesn't offend me if you don't want to watch my show. Don't watch it. Change the channel.
But you know what? The casting's amazing. Look at Big Ange. Who would believe how big she would become? Are you surprised by
No, I'm not surprised
fame?
at all. No. Angela, I know Angela since I'm 16. I'm 42. She's older than I am. And I know her since I'm a little girl. And she would bartend all the parties in the backyard that my father would throw these huge events in where we lived. And I was always like in awe when she was around. I was like, wow, fascinated by her. And as the years have gone on, I've learned a lot about Angela. We frequent the same places. It's my aunt's best friend. It's my sister's best friend. She's a loving individual that deserves stardom. She deserves not to have to bartend right now. She's done everything for her children. She's done it all.
She's a superstar.
I love her. I absolutely love her. I'm Big Ange's fan.
Who on the show are you feuding with right now? Who do
Carla.
Carla.
Come on,
Who's
Benjamin
Carla?
Moore. It's like
Don't you know
paint.
Carla? You know
Oh
Carla.
my God! Again, you guys are always feuding on the show.
I'm not feuding with her. I just don't choose to be friends with a person of a very small and low caliber.
Which one is Carla, Tatiana?
You're right,
Carla's
exactly.
best friend.
Exactly. No, if he had to ask.
No, I
then
don't even
it's
know who Carla is.
exactly.
Do I know Carla?
You
Do
got
I
it
know
right. No,
Carla?
you wouldn't know her because it's like watching paint dry.
I know Ramon. We're friends with Ramona.
Ah.
Karen is great. Yes or no?
I'm Switzerland. I don't want to
Really?
be bothered anymore. I'm in a different place.
Is it embarrassing for you that your husband?
Ratted gay, you could say it.
I can
You
say.
could-
I'm
you
so
could say
afraid
with-
to say anything.
Don't be afraid
I
to
can
say
say
it.
okay. So I can say your husband was a
My
rat.
ex-husband is a
I
rat.
watched the
I'm
show.
allowed to
I watched
curse?
the show when you guys are so
Rat,
loving.
cocksucker,
But you
no
guys were
good
so in love.
motherfucker, douchebag.
But you guys are
And I'll
so in
cross my
love
legs
on the
on that
show.
one.
I watched the show.
No, I was in love. He wasn't in love. I was in love.
It's gotta hurt. I mean, you can't go from hot to cold like that. I watched it. I saw it. You loved him. How can you have so much anger?
I don't have any anger.
What do you feel?
Those are just words.
What do you feel?
I feel nothing for him at all.
Nothing. Because of that.
I
Because of that.
I don't
one
wish
action.
him. I don't wish him death. I don't wish him anything bad. He's my son's father. My son loves his father because that's his father. Do we respect him as a man? No.
He should have kept his mouth shut.
Yes, he told on people because he didn't want to do time for what he did, which was a murder. I mean, come on now. Like, are you that weak? You can pull a trigger, bury a body, but you can't fucking do the time. Get the fuck
What
outta
is it
here.
like being married to someone who
I'm
murdered
not married to him, so I
That's
don't know.
Formally married.
Don't know. I'm not married to somebody who snitched.
That would freak me out.
All right,
that would give
you
me
trying to pry? Okay, you want to know what it felt like?
Yeah.
It felt like someone took a knife
Right.
and just sliced me open. Not like Dr. Clapper did, a different type. Like went directly around my...
I don't even want to go there. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. We won't even go down that road. We know Dr. Clapper. And we'll leave it at that. Like,
Dr. Clapper could kiss my new ass.
So anyways, how about the Mets?
Mets? I'm not a Met fan. Unless there's a Met here, then I'm a fan. Hi.
I will say this though, you do look great.
Thank you.
You do look beautiful.
Thank you. I'm happy. I'm you know what? God had to remove the devil out of my life, and the devil definitely was my ex-husband. He was doing things that were very foul, obviously to me and my son, but more so my dad. But I'm okay.
Did your son have to go to therapy over something like that? I mean,
No, my son is actually becoming. I'm a domestic violence survivor, which nobody really knew about, but I'm speaking out about it now, and my son has witnessed it. and he's now becoming like a children's advocate.
That's tough to see. That's horrible.
Right, but he's speaking on his behalf because they say that 75% of the 3.3 million children that witness domestic violence become abusers or abuse themselves.
Right.
My son is not a victim, and we're trying to let children know you don't have to be a victim. Don't play the victim card neither. Like,
Just AJ?
yes, AJ.
Did I just read that you said just read about somebody got in trouble? Was it Big Ange's son?
Big Ange, his son
son,
is AJ.
Okay.
He was unfortunately arrested for something a lot worse than my son. My son got in trouble because he tried to break up a fight between two girls.
Right.
And they arrested him. Like, no good deed goes unpunished. So now I'm in the court system because my son did the right thing. So you could do the wrong thing and get arrested, do the right thing and get arrested. Like, is there some guidelines?
What do you think of Victoria Gotti?
I don't think anything of her. Next
Why?
question.
No.
She
why?
gets nothing from me.
Why?
Nothing.
Before you guys were around, she
Nope.
was like the princess.
She was-
she was. I mean, she was the one we talked about when we talked about mob daughters. It was always Victoria Gotti. Have you ever met her?
I have nothing to say about her.
Oh, see now there's an issue. There's something going on between you and Victoria Gotti. She's
No,
scared.
there's nothing going on between her and I. I don't like anyone who speaks foul of another person that doesn't know another person.
So she said things. She's opened her mouth.
And who opens their mouths? What are they called?
What do we call them?
Next question.
I love you. You're my favorite. You really are my
Are
favorite.
you reading off a script, damn it?
No, I did my research on you. I read my. It says on the second drink, run.
No.
I have a little note to myself.
No. I'm the most loving.
I'm
friendly
watching
person.
the drink as it goes down, and I have a little chart, and it tells me what questions
No,
I can
you're
ask
good.
as I watch
Trust
the drink
me,
go
you're
down.
good. I wouldn't be here if I didn't like you. Trust me.
You're one of the few.
I love people.
No, the
I
reason
do.
I like you is because you're honest. You're honest.
It's important to be honest.
Yeah. There's going to be another season.
Season 3, we start filming next month.
Are you threatened by Chicago? Do you?
They're
think...
my sister show.
Okay.
They're not just my sister's second show, but my sister's show I'm friends with the women there.
Okay.
Renee is a blonde version of me.
Okay.
I'm a little bit of Nora and Renee. So
But why do we have to have a Chicago? Why?
because we're gonna have a Miami and a Philly too.
Why do we have to keep doing that? I think we dilute the product.
No, you have to see the storylines. Nora's father is accused of killing Marilyn Monroe. Do you know how serious? And his body has not been found in his casket.
But-
no, real talk.
Yeah, but why do
serious.
we don't want them to succeed? We want you to succeed. Why do you want
don't we-
Chicago to do well?
Why wouldn't we want my sister to succeed?
I do want your sister to
That's
succeed.
right.
I mean,
That's the
what I
right
meant to say
answer.
is I don't want Philly to succeed, or do I?
No, we want
You tell me.
every mob wives brand to succeed. And we're not
Do we?
all on the same night. We're not
Okay.
all on at the same time of the year.
So you don't think you're not threatened?
I'm not threatened by
diluting
anybody.
the brand at all. Like
You couldn't dilute me if you threw me in a ocean. You couldn't dilute me
what-
personally.
You're so charismatic. What kind of offers have you gotten from this? Do you get movie role offers? What do you get? Endorsement deals?
I'm there's a lot of things in the works for me right now. Season 3 is changing. I have my own companies coming up.
You can have a talk show. You
I
can
do
great-
have a
you should
liquor
have your own talk
endorsement.
show.
Thank you very much. I have a liquor endorsement.
What kind of liquor? Do you want to say?
It's tequila, Señorio.
Okay.
It's a new
As
tequila.
you drink Johnny Walker.
I'm a Johnny Walker Black girl. I can't help it, but I do drink tequila.
Okay.
This is, you know what? That would get you in trouble.
What I just
Spilling my info.
I meant to say that's tequila.
tequila.
I was mistaken. I was mistaken.
I'm teasing. No, it's Johnny Walker Black, and I'm going to say it is. How about that? Because
How
I'm
about
allowed
that?
to drink what I want when I want to.
Who's going to tell you otherwise?
Really? Must I just have a bottle of tequila all the time? You're allowed
Yeah,
to
no.
switch
And
it up.
I saw you pour tequila into that glass.
You know, and I love you right now for trying to say it is, but no, it is Johnny Walker Black 100%. And you know why? I will say it because I can.
Because you can, of course you can. Look who your father is. You can say whatever you want.
No, my dad is 72 years old, and he's just
That's young.
He's a really good man. And I say he's
Does he
my
get treated
hero.
special in prison?
It's funny because growing up, it went from me always being Anthony's daughter to now the COs. They'll be like, oh, that's Renee's father. I'm like,
Nobody busts his balls.
haven't shit changed, daddy.
When does he get out? Will he get out?
Yes, hopefully. He received a 37-month sentence.
So your ex-husband has 37 months to live.
He's in jail, my ex-husband, somewhere.
He's safe there. Or is he safe there?
I don't know. We have no
What, is he going to the
communication.
witness protection program?
We have no communication whatsoever. I don't even know.
Wow. What a thing to go through.
I have a restraining order, though. I will tell you that.
Keep him away. So, yeah,
so I
saw
know when he's coming home. Because
Right.
he is a violent man, and for my own safety, I'd like to know when he's coming home.
You know what your life would be like with me? How different.
Oh my God.
I'm like the opposite of your husband, ex-husband. I am the total opposite.
Anyone is the total opposite of him.
It would be like a whole nother world for you to be married
He's
to me.
bad, so everybody else would be good.
Yeah. You know what I do? I don't do anything. I watch TV, I mow the lawn.
But that's not
No,
enough.
I golf once in a while.
Well, if you could afford to golf, then we might talk after this.
I don't. There's no violence in my past. Like
No, there shouldn't be violence for
it'd
anybody.
be boring. I think you'd be bored. You'd be bored with a guy like me.
I wouldn't be bored with a man that doesn't
You
beat
need
me.
excitement in your life.
Beating me doesn't excite me.
That's
though.
no. Well, you don't not beating. Of course.
No,
not beating.
I'm happy. No, I'm that. Okay.
But you like.
I do like the fun and the fancy little dinners and the wine and dine. I do like that.
When you go to a restaurant, does everybody stare at you?
It was so great. It's yeah, they do.
Can you feel like the back of your head? Can you feel people?
No, because the back of my head is always to the door.
Ah,
to the
that's
wall.
right.
So I'm
That-
always to the
absolutely.
wall. Always to the wall.
Absolutely.
Excuse me. Always
Because
to
we
the wall.
all saw The Godfather, with Dustin Hoffman, or Al Pacino. Al Pacino. When he comes out of the bathroom. When Al Pacino comes out of the bathroom with the gun.
It was Robert De Niro, wasn't it?
It was Al Pacino.
Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, and then
Al
Marlon
Pacino.
Brando.
He
It
puts
was
the
all
gun
those
in
guys.
the toilet.
Wasn't it?
Al Pacino has the
I
gun in
never
the
saw
toilet.
The Godfather.
I don't believe you.
I never did.
Oh, I would pay to watch it with you.
Goodfellas,
I
I've
would
seen.
pay money to watch The
How much
Godfather with
money?
you. How much would it cost me to watch
A
The
lot.
Godfather? Oh, to sit there and watch The Godfather
Oh wait,
with
we should do a Godfather screening.
Screening.
here.
Oh my God.
Oh my
that would
God.
be amazing.
Okay, we need
You've
to
never
set that up.
seen The Godfather?
No.
How is that possible?
I saw the third one with Al Pacino.
No, forget
and
the third one
Sofia-
was horrible.
Sophia.
Yeah, no, that
Coppola,
one doesn't
for
count.
Coppola.
That was the worst thing in the world.
I want to see 1 and 2.
I am
Oh,
shocked.
James Caan was in that.
Of course.
I call him Uncle Jimmy because he's a dear friend of my father's.
really?
And my Uncle Ronnie's from California. So Uncle Jimmy. Yeah. Oh my God. Let's fly Uncle
Everybody,
Jimmy in.
see, everybody always said that James Caan was connected. That was always the rumor at the Playboy
He's my
Mansion.
father's friend. Who said he was connected?
He's connected to your father. He's his
As a
friend.
friend.
Anyway, so listen, I love. I could sit and talk to you for hours.
Thank you.
I really could.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Thank
What do you want to plug? Say anything you want that you want to promote.
Oh my God. I'm
Well, you have
stuck.
next season. When do you start the next? When do you start the next
How
season?
about this? My Mob Candy line.
You have a Mob Candy line.
Yes.
What's it called? Mob Candy.
Mob Candy.
Okay.
Shoes, body lotions, jewelry, makeup.
And it all says Mob.
Mob Candy.
Really?
And it's very colorful. It's very fun.
Okay, can I play devil's advocate for 1 second?
Yes.
What do you say to the people that were victims of mob violence that would look at that and lose their shit over it?
Okay, well, mob doesn't mean mafia. Mob, if you look it up, it has a different meaning.
Okay.
Okay, and what
It means crap.
I would say to me, it means getting a check, damn it. Okay,
means
I'm
a
not
crowd-
off.
it means
I'm
a
not
crowded
getting money.
bank- it means a crowded
I'm
bank
not
account.
getting money off of anybody's death. Not at all. My father.
People say that, though, to you.
My
You probably go
father's
crazy
never
when
been
you say-
accused of it. Never been in any of his paperwork, so that does not apply to me.
I like your body language when we. I like that head starts going. And
Oh my God. It's like I'm like, oh no.
Then I start going like this.
No, you're good. You're good. We're friends.
So far, so good.
Yes.
And we're almost done, and I'm safe.
Yes. You know you're safe. Period.
Really?
Yes.
I can tonight. I can sleep well, not with the fishes.
Yes. As long as you're not married to
Did
a
you-
Sicilian woman, because it's not sleep with one eye
I
open. it's
dated
sleep
one
with
once, and I was the
both
victim of
eyes
abuse.
open.
The violent. I dated a Sicilian woman once.
I'm all Sicilian. I'm not violent.
She was violent.
I'm not violent
No,
at
not
all.
violence. Not the word. Hot tempered, too fiery. Like you get
Oh,
the
I'm
mad so easy.
full of fire.
Yeah.
Full of fire.
Did you ever see Sopranos?
No. I watched one episode. No, I don't. There was no need for me to watch it because I live it.
You don't have
I
to
don't
see
want to
it.
watch what I'm living. I don't even
Amazing.
really.
I'm amazed.
I love our show. I don't watch every episode. The
Yeah.
last episode I watched was when I had that nervous breakdown in the kitchen, and I watched and I'm like, this bitch needs help. Somebody call 911. And then I was like, I can't watch this show anymore. It's just too
It's
intense.
hard to watch, right?
It's very hard to watch.
And it's so easy for us to watch. It's such a great show.
It's okay. I'd rather it be easy for you guys and hard for me.
You're amazing. Thank you so much. Renee,
Thank you.
my
Yeah.
wife's star of the show on the Chaunce Hayden Show. Thank you for coming
Thank you.
in.
You're welcome.
We'll be back next week.